things in my day-to-day life now, I know how to use and implement those boundaries, and I can truly say I feel relief. I like right now, Jazz will even say this, like the freest I ever felt, stress free. I don't feel like I exert too much energy. It's just implementing those boundaries really helped me become a better me in all areas of my life.
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I am your host, Jess Abraham, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JOYFULSTYLEZ.com. Let's go, let's go. Also, if you have not yet taken the boundaries quiz, what are you waiting for? Take some time right now to take that boundaries quiz. The link for that quiz is in the show notes. However, if you prefer to me to just send it over to you, then text me. Text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153, and I got you. Okay? Okay. So, y'all, look. We're getting ready to get into it. I'm super, super, super excited about this episode. Today's episode is a very, very, very special episode because we're episode 50, y'all. We had 50 now. Episode number 50. And with this milestone episode, I have an amazing, absolutely amazing guest for you all today. Oh, this person is truly my favorite person in the world. Man, my best friend, my boo thing. Oh my God. Look, y'all heard me talk about her on the podcast almost every single episode. And I want y'all to know today, she is a real person, okay? And she is here with you, with us today. All right. So, everybody, please welcome my beautiful, amazing wife, Kim Abraham. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, Boundary fam.
Welcome to the podcast,
Hey.
Baby.
Thank you. First off, thank you so much for finally having me here. It's a great chance to be here, kind of filling the spot of the mystery woman. So it's great, and I look forward to this episode.
I'm glad you're here. Chair closer. All right, so baby, I want to get into this today, y'all. So look, we had this episode planned for some time now, and I'm just excited that we actually get to record it today, right? We actually get to put it out there and bring it to the world today. And it's so interesting because again, we knew we was going to do this together. We also knew what we were going to talk about when we was going to do it. And the crazy thing is, y'all, I recently, maybe a couple days ago now, well, a few days ago, actually about a week ago at this point, I saw this video and it really, really just hit it home for me. And I'm just like, all right, I see you, God. I see you. And it made it, yeah, even so, like it made this episode even that more exciting, right? So let me tell y'all about this. Jamal King, I saw one of his Instagram videos and he was talking about like some of the tallest buildings in the world and saying that the tallest buildings need the deepest foundation, right? They build and build. They build for years for some of the world's tallest buildings just to get the foundation right, y'all. Just to get the foundation right. So us, I kind of missed this part. Before we really get into it, I'm telling you, this episode, y'all see it. Build the foundation, y'all. Build the foundation. That's why when I saw that, I'm like, yep, we on track. I get it. I see it. We already know we was gonna be talking about this. And yes, I'm excited to just really have my wife here to talk about these things and just flesh these things out. Like, yeah, boo. What you got for the people? You got wait.
Forward to it.
You are? So listen, y'all. Full disclaimer, I want to make sure that I say this because because how we are, I tell y'all, this is truly, truly, truly my best friend. And we have such a great time all the time. Like, we always tell each other, I love it here. Like, and we really love it here. So, y'all see me just cracking up, having a ball. Like, look, forgive me now, okay? Forgive me now. We have a good time together, and this is gonna be we're just gonna be us having a great time, but here in front of you all, because you all can see it today. So yeah, want to put that out there because it's kind of important. You know how we go. Be all the way you, baby. All right. So like before we really super dive into this, there's something like besides seeing that, talking about the foundation, and you seen Jamal videos talking about the foundation and whatnot. I also thought about how like when I first started coaching, I really didn't have much of a foundation.
True.
Or really a foundation at all. Yeah. Like it it was a little bit rocky, so things weren't necessarily smooth the way that it should have been. It could have been.
Yeah.
So what I learned is that no matter what other people are doing, no matter what else, like I'm all about running my race. Y'all, I told y'all find y'all rhythm, check out the episode. And just know it's find your own rhythm. And I've been doing that, and I've been taking that extra time to build the foundation, y'all. I mean, things are ready now. God is good. I told y'all before, I got a curriculum now. Like, we good. We good. So we'll talk about that stuff later. I'm like, y'all know, hit the show notes if you want to apply for coaching for sure. But it's like me, I guess the business wasn't necessarily doing what I wanted to do then because I didn't have the foundation. Mm-hmm. And when I started building the foundation, just making it like, okay, this is what it is now. The difference is night and day. Yeah. Just like that, huh? Yeah. That's how you feel? Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about it.
I mean, being with you from like the very beginning, especially when we were getting to that point where we were like, all right, we're both getting out the military, what were we going to be working on? And you're like, I'm going to be a life coach. And I'm like, what is a life coach? Like,
wait, this? Since then? Like, since, like so even before that?
In the very beginning, I never knew what, like, a life coach was until you brought it to me that was something you wanted to
when
do.
I was still in the military. Yeah. I started then in the military stuff.
So that's why I say when we were getting close to
the time. I guess officially forming.
Yeah. So I was like, what is a life coach? I was like, all right, this is what she want to do when we get out. All right, cool. But like you said, it's kind of night and day because seeing you from that point grow into the person that you are and actually following your own steps, your own guidelines, like just seeing the execution come to light is like, okay, she was on to something about this life coach, And I'm saying life coach because that's pretty much what Jasmine was saying, like very early on, like I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. And then over the years, she was like, that's when she started finding her niche. Mm-hmm. You like that? She started finding her niche. And then she's like, okay, what is it that, that I'm doing? And then like just watching her think and like fully, process it and be like, I help friends, I help family with boundaries with, their friends and family. So maybe, it should be a boundaries coach. And then I was like, there you go. You got it. And
Wow, interesting.
yeah. So like seeing it, like I say, like you said, that night and day, being able to see it from the beginning to what and who you are now and what your brand is now and the purpose behind your brand. It's like, I'm a proud wife. Because you did exactly one thing about Jazz. If it's in her mind, she's going to execute on it. She doesn't care what has to happen in between, but she's going to execute on it. And that's one of the things I love because she's that person that's like, all right, let's get to it. And that's exactly what I've seen with your progression from the beginning to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So that's why I kind of was like, yeah.
That's how you feel? Just I know. All right. So, okay. I get it. The crazy thing is, y'all, just listening to, my wife never told me this before, but listening to her, it's just, I'm thinking about how, like, it's so crazy that how much of a foundation I did not have that she didn't even realize the extent of what I was actually doing while we were still in the military. Think about that. This is why building a solid foundation is so pivotal. Like, build the foundation and make sure it's solid, right? She didn't even know. Like, she started seeing it because I started putting more energy and effort into it and things of that sort once we actually got it. Well, I guess once I fully got out the military. But it's like, she didn't even see it. Wow. Wow. That, yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you for that, babe. I gotta bring you on here more to hear more to more of the things and what do you tell me how you really feel,
Yes.
Yeah. No. I love this.
Yeah,
I love this.
of course.
So you talked about, boundaries coach. Yeah, like you said it like you made it up and told me about it or something, like, but you say that. And I want to, come to you now and talk about you and things that you like. When I first met you, you were a little different then, right? You used to be a little different with your friends and your family, and now you change. Like, you change, you different, right?
Yeah.
They probably telling you that too. You different, you change. I'm something of the nature, right? But I want to really know, like, obviously I love it, but I want to know, what was it that changed for you? Because now it definitely seems like you have a better grip on things. So what was it that changed for you?
Honestly, I would say less stress, right? Um, Putting those boundaries up with my family. I'm kind of the person that my family and friends come to for everything. I don't know how I became that person. I mean, I'm honored to be that person. But the statement of being the strong person isn't always the best. So once I started implementing those boundaries, like with what and how much I take from my family and my friends, and limiting them to a certain amount of days and weeks or once a month check in, is good because very early on, I'm telling Jazz, I'm like, that's my family, that's my friends. Like, I can't just do that. Like, I have to be there. Like, I have to go running when they're, in need or they're just need, like, asking for assistance with something. And it's not bad. I still don't think it's bad, but I know how to, you know, put that boundary up and be like, okay, well, I can assist this person or I can talk to this person, but I'm only going to talk to them so much within a day or within a week so it don't cloud my judgment on things, and not allowing that to overflow into me and then overflow into my wife, because I'm the type of person where I kind of just hold things in. Like, a lot of things Jazz didn't even know about until like years later, like personal thing. Like, going through therapy is like, all right, I ain't even tell my wife none of this. Like, so it was good to be able to sit there and be like, all right, hey, I can open up to you. I can still tend to my family and friends as needed without letting that interrupt my daily flow, which my daily flow interrupt our daily flow. And
Okay.
I love our daily flow.
Okay.
So yeah, it's good knowing those boundaries. At first I was really like, oh, Jazz, you just being, mean and blunt and all of these things. I'm like, yeah, like I said, I just was like, I can't do that to my family and friends. But really being able to like break it down, step away from the situation and fully see what's going on. It truly helped me, especially dealing with one being in the military, family and friends. And once I got out the military, even things in my day-to-day life now, I know how to use and implement those boundaries, and I can truly say I feel relief. I like right now, Jazz will even say this, like the freest I ever felt, stress free. I don't feel like I exert too much energy. It's just those implementing those boundaries really helped me become a better me in all areas of my life.
Not with the wink.
Thank you.
You done with your TED Talk?
Yeah.
Listen, so did you, okay, so what I hear you saying is the stress of it all is the thing that got you like, okay, enough is enough type thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna change some stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna do something different.
Yeah.
Right? So like I love that. I love that she said that. Like I don't like that she been stressed because obviously, like she said, when things go on in her life, it rolls over to our life because we're a unit, we're one. And if she has a mood and I'm here and it, like now I'm dealing with that mood, something I didn't even do, like it's not cool, right? So if y'all got people in y'all lives that just taking things out on y'all because everybody else is stressing them out because they don't have boundaries in place and all these different things, something got to change, right? Right. So now we talking about build the foundation. Baby, you've built the foundation on what it actually looks like for that relationship with your friends and family. Like, I'm proud of you for that. I really am. Like, it wasn't that long of time coming, but it was enough time coming. Okay, it really was. Like, and yeah, I'm really really proud of you for that. Like, you know, I something I when you were saying this, I thought about like, do you think you was kind of low key one of my clients?
Maybe. Probably. I don't think as much in the beginning. Cause in the beginning it was still like, all right, still early on. And I would say like still with the military stuff, it was like, but like toward what year two, in the year two,
Okay.
year two, I was just like, all right, this is enough. Let me just go ahead and see what she talking about. Let me, put it to work. And it worked.
Oh, you're saying that's when you started actually taking my advice and implementing some of the things that I've been saying.
When I seen what I was doing wasn't necessarily working.
Ooh.
And I was still stressing and not really knowing. I'm a really happy-go-lucky person, shy at times, but it's like I never really noticed how much it truly affected me because, like I said, I don't really show emotion. But like I think it was when I like got out the military and I was not working and I was just in school. I was sitting and a lot of things was, you know, not being that fast paced person to now just sitting home.
I know.
Things
being a housewife
started marinating and it was like, oh my gosh, like, and I could tell you were kind of getting irritated.
Oh yeah.
With certain things because I was still allowing those boundaries to be broken before I fully put those boundaries in effect. They were there. the gate just wasn't closed yet. It was still letting,
It was a swing
it
gate.
was still letting
It was
that
one of
water
them
see through, man.
them little Wild West swing doors. It was one of those.
You know, when the little cat try to stick their hand to stop the door. Yeah, it was happening. But like I say, that truly helped me see that I needed to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
And that change was implementing, you know, what I was hearing, what I was seeing. And like I say, like just witnessing the change in you, because yeah, you were this person, but when you really started sticking to your guns, there was a change in you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, okay, we can do this together. Build this uh, boundary within ourselves and within our marriage,
Mm-hmm.
because we had got married at that time. Which now, as we always say, I feel like that helped us have this blissful marriage, and always remembering those boundaries and keeping those boundaries in place will always allow us to have a blissful marriage.
I agree. Boundaries are blessing. Okay. All right. Look, y'all. She said something that stood out to me. She said, basically, she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. What she was doing was not working. She didn't want to listen. She wanted to do her own thing, but it wasn't working for her. So what did she do? She decided to implement the things that this so-called life coach, right? What she was saying. This life coach, what is that? Right? She started to implement the things that the life coach was saying and doing, right? She said what I was showing, what I was doing. So I'm not just out here saying some stuff in theory. I'm acting, I'm walking in what I'm saying. Like, I believe this stuff. This is my core, right? I believe this stuff to my core that has become my core. This is solid for me. This is my foundation, y'all. Build the foundation. So you somebody that's sick and tired, being sick and tired, you ready to stand up for yourself and feel real good about it. Then take some time out today. Click the link in the show notes to apply to work with me. Or if you don't want to click the link in the show notes, it's okay. We can have a nice, low personal connection. Text me, okay? Text me the word apply to 210-801-9153. I got you. I'll send what you need over to you for you to take some time to apply, right? Some people, you can't, look, there's people that just cannot do this thing by themselves. Most people actually cannot do this thing by themselves. And the thing is, you don't have to. You really don't have to. I am willing to personally work with you in your personal situation, one-on-one, and with community support, right? To get through this thing. You don't have to be doing this alone, right? I want to put that out there, y'all. You don't miss the message, honey. Don't miss the message. She got this built-in boundaries coach. I do know when the wife and the coach, wearing to wear certain hats. So I even asked now. We did, because me coaching, she just because she didn't know what it was, didn't mean it didn't exist, right? I literally been doing this stuff my whole entire life. I didn't know way early on that this is what I was doing. Like before college, back in high school, back like literally my whole life, I've been doing this. I just didn't know what to call it. I didn't have a name for it until my later years. And we implementing things, we putting things in place. We've been helping people forever. And now we just getting paid for it. Okay. It's business now. Okay. So you wanted to say something?
No, I was just gonna say, I know I kind of hit on it earlier. For those people, I know you were saying, some people need that extra push. I will say this. For those people that are like me, that are very family oriented and be like, oh, well, that's my mama, that's my brother, that's my best friend, you're not being mean. Like, you're truly protecting your inner peace. Like, you're protecting your mind, your heart, your soul. And you will be a better person to those individuals that you have to create the boundary with, right? Because they don't know what boundaries are. And if you set the example, then they will know how to treat you. They will know how to, follow along. Not necessarily saying, oh, you need everybody to jump on the wagon with you, because everyone's not going to be on the wagon with you. Everybody has their own mindset. But if someone's seeing you do something enough and they're realizing that there's a good change in you, they're going to be like, oh, what changed? And I will also say that having those family and friends respecting that boundary, you're not demanding them, and you're not like, oh, you need to respect this. They're going to start seeing what you tolerate. They're going to start seeing what you accept and what you don't accept. So they're not even going to come to you because you've made that boundary very noticeable. So now they're like, okay, I used to call Kim for everything, but I'm gonna just use her as that. Like, we're playing, what is it? Deal or no deal, Jeopardy. You called a friend,
phone a friend,
phone a friend that that one time. So yeah, if you definitely that person that's very family oriented and you feel like you don't want to hurt anyone's feeling, what about your feelings? Like,
tell
your
them,
feelings matter.
You tell them, baby. So, that's my wife, okay? You tell them, baby. Let's go. Y'all, I could end the podcast right here. She preaching, y'all. She preaching. But I do got another question for her, though. Like, we talking about building a foundation. We talking about build the foundation. So, baby, right? Now, okay, let me tread lightly here.
All right.
Don't get scared. We good. Right. We good. We good. So, like, what are, I guess, let me see how I want to put this. Okay. What are some of the things that you've seen us implement, like outside of some of the things we discussed already, to really make sure we truly build the foundation, and not only build a foundation, but build that solid foundation? Like what are some of the things? Because truth be told, you know how I go and what I say. For real, year one for me in our relationship, I feel it was real rocky. I didn't think we was gonna make it, baby. Year
That's
one.
Fair. That's fair.
Year one was real rocky, and
but your girl stuff.
You made it through. You said, "Look, you definitely made it through." I thought it was, I didn't think we was gonna make it. So, but here we are now. Yeah. At the time of this recording, going to year 6, right? Mm-hmm. How, like, what's up? So what are some of the things that you see that we've implemented in our lives, our marriage, like some of the things, to help us with this such a solid foundation? How you talk about, like, that blissful marriage we have? Okay.
Communication. Communication is number one. Very early on, once again, I didn't show my emotions. I didn't know how to vocalize my feelings properly, or even if I was feeling some type of way, I wasn't necessarily sharing how I felt with you. And Jazz is a very blunt person. She want to, like, if something happens, she want to talk about it right now. Versus I'm the person that's like, all right, give me some time. And she always be like, it ain't good, because sometimes when I be like, give me some time, it turned into weeks, months, maybe years later down the road. But I just need to decompress and be in my feelings, what I classify as my feelings, for a little bit, and then but now I'm able to be in my feelings. Like, she understand that I communicate differently than her, and that just because she want to talk about it right now doesn't mean that I necessarily want to talk about it right now. However, now, today, in the present world, when we may disagree on something, or, not really understand what each other's saying, we give each other that time. There's times that I actually do talk about it with Jazz. Like, if it's something that happened with her, I talk about it right then and there with her, versus with me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need that time because I need to process. But regardless, at the end of the day, no matter how mad we are, how upset we are, we're gonna we're gonna throw that trash out. It's not coming into our room, and I do appreciate that about us. Like, our bedroom is our safe space. There's no TVs. Like, That's just time for us to decompress. So even walking into our room, there's no negative energy. So I think that's really good for like a couple to and the not when we implemented no cell phones, like being on our phones when we're in our room, because then now that's our personal time.
Mhm.
And I think we're really big on wife time.
Oh yes.
Right. A lot of
Some of
people
my
be like,
favorite time.
oh, I'm having quality time with my spouse. But majority of the time when people
They like
classify quality time, yes, they may physically be together, but one might be playing on their phone or one playing a video game, or, like if it's quality time, then it should be that quality time. And I really appreciate us understanding when it's wife time,
it's wife time.
like everything else, the phones go away.
Gots to
It's
go.
TV time. Like it better
Whatever it
be
is.
a dire emergency that we answer. Like sometimes we'll answer the phone, be like, hold on, baby, I'll take this, whatever. But majority of the time, that's outside of our wife time.
Mhm.
And I think that, like I said, that communication, that us having boundaries in our own home, like implementing them with one another, helps. And I think just that flexibility with our lifestyle give us the opportunity to just sit back and truly be like, all right, hey, baby, you want to go out? And I like that we like to travel. So we travel, we go do things.
A lot.
Even if it's just the two of us, like we travel.
It's mostly just the two of
Yeah,
us.
well, I'm saying, like sometimes we travel to events, we
Oh,
travel
got you.
to family stuff.
Yeah.
But the time that I truly appreciate is our time together. I know I'm a little different. Like when we go to other countries, I'm like, whew, wet phone. You and which we discuss that, we communicate that. She like to keep her. Let me see.
Tell her
fans, her fans,
my audience,
her audience, her family. She like to keep y'all in the loop, which I definitely appreciate. Well, I'm saying, like sometimes, we might be somewhere, you do your good morning videos, or you're sitting here, you be like, oh, hold on, baby, I need to write this down because I need to tell the people this. It's on my mind, it's on my heart, and it's like, all right, let's go. So she travel around with her handy dandy iPad to make sure she get her stuff. So I really appreciate that about you, that when you feel it and you want to put it out there. It's not something that you keep into yourself or keep into your unpaid client. So it's cool. Yeah. So communication, protecting our peace and energy, so our boundaries, and just making sure that we're living the life that we truly want, not what we think we want. Like we're our bougie friends, so it's like
the bougie friends.
we
our friends call us bougie. Like our friends call us their bougie friends, y'all. So that's what my wife's talking about.
Yeah.
She
So
call us their bougie
even
friends.
that is like truly enjoying the moment, because at the end of the day, we don't know when our day is. So to be able to spend that day each and every day with your spouse, it's great. I know people who don't even hang with their spouse, or really, and I'm like, but they married or they in a relationship. So hey, everybody, marriage, relationship has their own way, but I truly respect and appreciate what we have. And back to the foundation, I'm glad that we built that foundation, because the more and more we build, we're stabilized. Like we're good. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter.
Okay, you better sing it, baby.
All right.
I know, give a shot. Look, no copyright intentions, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good, boo thing. Okay. Like, so when you said this, and made me think about like before we got married, particularly, even before we even really were serious about taking that step of marriage, I mentioned about my non-negotiable to you, right? And I want you to tell the people what that non-negotiable was, and I want to know, do you believe that helped us in a sense, build the foundation. Because I believe, like, it was on the foundation. Like, we're not gonna do this without this thing, non-negotiable. If you ain't about that life, I ain't for you. Now, just want to set it up for the people,
Yeah.
so that they know. Well, I guess it was two things. Now, when I said that, it made me think about the second thing. But don't worry about it. Keep your mindset. Don't let me distract
All right.
you.
So
That-
what's on my mind? It was the premarital counseling. At first I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, all right, well, I respect that. She said this is the thing that we have to do, and I do feel like it really helped us, and it helped us focus on what we needed to focus on, because a lot of things we didn't talk about. That's like people going into a marriage and not talk about, I want 10 kids.
Oh,
like
God.
you married and not a person
jeez.
like, I don't want 10 kids. Like, or I want to live in an island by myself, with just us. Is that premarital counseling open those doors that I feel like we would have never discussed that.
Yeah.
Like we would have got there after. We would have got there after we were married, but that year before, because we did premarital counseling a year prior to us getting married.
Okay.
Because I was still in Japan.
Oh yeah, we did start it when you was in Japan.
We started it a year prior, so it kind of gave us that time, because we were given homework assignments, and and that what it really was, like us sticking to those homework assignments, and what we said in those premarital counseling sessions, we stood on it. Like it wasn't just like, oh, let's do this premarital counseling so we can get married. No, we literally took everything that was said in premarital counseling and applied it to our day-to-day life. And that just, it made it solid. I honestly think premarital counseling should be like one of those things before people get married. I think Florida was one of those you had to, if you resided in Florida.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But
I just knew.
I think it should be a state
before
law.
I even moved to Florida, I knew that was, if ever I was getting married.
Yeah.
You said, when I got stuff in my mind and I want something, yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna make this thing happen. Like, that was a non-negotiable. Before I even knew she existed, truthfully, like, before I knew she existed, before we got to the point talking about marriage, that was just a non-negotiable for me, because like she said, things come up that you're not even thinking about, right? All right, that's it, baby. We building the foundation, right? I want y'all to build the foundation. Like, take this info. Look, y'all know how it is here. If you're new here, welcome, right? Welcome to the new episode 50, milestone episode. I have my beautiful wife here with me today. It's like, y'all, look, go back and listen to all the other ones too, like, right, all the episodes. But truthfully, y'all, take the time, build the foundation. It doesn't matter how long it take you. If you have the solid foundation, then you have a solid building, aka life, marriage, friendships, whatever that looks like, boundaries, right? Build the solid foundation, y'all. Build the foundation. Like, right? Not just some little thing that's going just crack. That's we probably should have called the episode solid foundation, right?
Yeah.
But they get the picture, right? They get the picture. So y'all really take that time. What I want you to do, implement today. Take inventory, right, on what that stuff looked like. The people, my wife, like, she was starting to be stressed out from the people. She was letting the people stress her out. No, we're not having that, right? So y'all take it and look at, literally take out your notepad. Y'all know my favorite way to take notes, on my phone, right? Take it out, whatever. Write down all the people you thinking about, people that stress you out. Write all those names down. Right? All those names down. Quit playing games. You know who they are. When she said it, you thought about people. People start flashing through your mind. Those people. You write those things down, and these are the ones you really, really must look out for, and start putting these things in place. right? We got plenty of episodes to help you with that. One-on-one coaching, I can help you with that again. Hit the link in the show notes to apply. If you haven't, right, you can text me as well. Text me, apply, the word apply to 210-801-9153. Text me. Look, we're going to get the information to you. It's an application process, so remember that, right? I'll be going through these applications myself, the scene, and we will go from there. But like y'all, that's it. That's it. That's what we got for y'all today. Like, what is that? Oh, 50. Okay. I was like, she throwing up gang signs or something on my
this
podcast.
This is not a gang sign. This is 50 episodes.
All righty then. Yeah, we are 50 episodes in. Baby, thank you for being here on number 50 with me.
My pleasure.
I really, really appreciate you.
Me too. I have fun.
That means you'll be back. The people, I think this is going to be one of the most viewed episodes of some. You going to be back for the people?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. She got boundaries, y'all. So we'll see what happens. So thank you all. I really, really, really want you to take the rest of the week to really, really enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, and also, right, have a beautifully, beautifully amazing day, and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jess Abraham. Talk to y'all then.